Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Game God Fluent, bringing you episode 1 of another new Let's Play. Alright, guys, so as you can see on my channel, I've been playing a lot of different games, having a lot of fun. One developer I've been very drawn to has been Jeff Vogel and Spiderweb Software. I think I started with Geneforge or Queen's Wish 1. That's, I believe, still going, but I have actually completed it. So Queen's Wish 1 will air in its entire format, completed soon, as the episodes go up day by day. So there's that. I started Queen's Wish 2, which I will tell you guys I am quite far into as well, and have a lot recorded. So I'm going to take a short break from it. Finish it up a bit later. Geneforge will also continue at some point. Quite a bit into that, some dozens of hours, and we'll continue that as well, and hopefully finish it up. So I wanted to play this game for a long time. I've played it 3 other times, and I get about 15 to 20 hours in, and then I get distracted by something else. But I'm so in the mood for Jeff Vogel RPGs that I think whatever we record for this first batch, we can always return to and do more. So I'm excited about this, and I think we're going to go pretty far with this one. And this is Avernum Escape from the Pit. So this is an open world, open underworld, underground CRPG with all the fixins, all the good stuff that makes Jeff's games great. So let's just click it and get right into it. I have not played this in forever. Let's see, we'll just click always start in this mode, and we'll see what we're dealing with here. Avernum, Escape from the Pit. Cool, let's check the settings really quickly. Sound volume, normal. Game area size, normal. Draw all. Party always acts in roster order. Sure. Auto scroll terrain while walk is off. Arrow keys move party. Warning before pause in combat. Scrolling speed normal, animated. Okay. Alright, so let's get right to it and click start new game. Welcome to Avernum. Wait a minute. Why is the text so small? Let's try larger. It's not doing exactly what I want to do. Whole window, there we go. No, that's not doing it either. Well, we'll get into the game and check this out, but bear with me for now. Welcome to Avernum. Avernum is a fantasy role-playing game. You'll control a band of wandering adventurers, meeting strange people, fighting monsters, and trying to survive. Select the sort of characters you would like to play. If you aren't sure, just take the party that's already been created for you. When you're ready, press the OK button. So we're going to delete every character. And let's start with the first slot. Okay. So we've got quite a few choices here. Let's go through them. Soldiers received excellent military training on the surface, the best the Empire had to offer. They're very good with all sorts of weapons. So they get like a +2 in melee and pole weapons, a trait of sure hand, strength, dex, endurance, and bows +1. Berserkers are wild swordsmen from the remote areas of the Empire. Their wildness tends to get them dumped into Avernum. They're extremely hardy and their sword skill is unmatched. So they get a +3 to melee weapons. They can use thrown missiles. Get the trait Mighty Blows, 2 to Strength, 1 to Endurance, 1 to Cave Lore. A priest of one of the faiths disapproved of by the Empire. They have excellent healing and protective skills, although they often end up having to use them in Avernum. So they have thrown missiles, priest spells, lore, mostly a healing class. Not necessarily like a cleric in D&D, more of just a magical class. Sorcerers are practitioners of the wizardly arts. Their spells are powerful both on offense and defense. Alas, because of their dangerous research and eccentricities, they tend to be sent down to Avernum, so they have good intelligence, mage spells, elemental focus. They can use bows, little dexterity, so okay. Rogues are nimble, good with the swords, and able to handle locks and traps. They also tend to walk off with things they don't own. Unsurprisingly, the Empire loves to send them to Avernum. 2 dexterity, 2 melee weapons, 2 tool use. They can backstab, and they get a bit of bows and strength. And we've got Archer. Archers were either hunters or trained members of the Empire Army, highly skilled with missile weapons. In the Empire Army, a dishonorable discharge tends to mean exile to Avernum. 2 dexterity, 2 bows. They do get 1 melee weapon. Endurance, sharpshooter +1, cave lore, and trait Deadeye. Some people dare to rebel against the Empire. They have to be good at everything if they want to survive, though they don't have the freedom to excel at one thing. A rebel tends to have some skill with weapons, traps, and lore. So they get strength, dex, endurance +1, pole weapons, thrown missiles, tool use, first aid, cave lore, and mighty blows, so that's pretty interesting. Then we've got hedge wizards, live in the remote villages of the Empire where they help the locals with their magical skills. This sort of character is good at magery and has a little bit of training in priest spells and first aid. Interesting. Dex, intelligence, endurance, mage and priest spells +1, spellcraft, arcane lore, first aid, and energy blessing. Then we've got shamans, or the priests of the back hills. The shaman isn't quite as good at spells as a priest, but makes up for it with weaponry and knowledge of healing. Shamans are hardy folk, but their wildness tends to make them run afoul of the Empire. So these are more the cleric type class you would expect. They have strength, intelligence, endurance, pole weapons, thrown missiles, but also priest spells +2, cave lore, and healing focus. And then we can go custom. Skilled Avernum players can make their own custom characters. Custom characters can train themselves immediately after you start the game. You can train this character as soon as you start the game. So, I guess we can't train like a priest or... So the first character I would probably want to be... we're going to tinker with this and see what we really want to do. I think the lead character could be a rebel. To get a little bit of everything. They get pole weapons, they get strength, they get endurance. Plus they can use tools, first aid. So we can start with a rebel. Names are not important just yet. For the second character, let's see. Shamans have the priest spells. Hedge wizards have a bit of everything. Or in priest spells, first aid, but mostly with arcane lore and spellcraft. Sorcerers, practitioners of the wizardly arts. Their spells are powerful both on offense and defense. We probably want... I would say a berserker. Actually, I'd probably go with a more skilled soldier. And then maybe a... You know what? Actually, I would probably go... I would try shaman. And then maybe... I think archer for sure. For sure, archer is that third slot. And then fourth would have to be some more type of wizard. Since we have a shaman, which is also melee, but has some priest spells and healing focus, we should really go with a pure... Well, let's see. Probably a pure sorcerer, even. I'm thinking hedge wizard, because they get a bit of mage spells. They also get pre-spells, which could help. Which could help along the shaman with their healing. So we have a little bit of healing coming from both the hedge wizard and the shaman. I think we'll go with that and try this. So, rebel. Maybe this guy. And his name Alduus. Sure, we'll keep Alduus. Then we've got a shaman type. Let's make the hedge wizard a female. Maybe you right there, Cordelia. Sure. Marion, the shaman. I think we can go with her right there, Marion. Mycroft, an archer, she makes a very natural archer. Let's see, there's him. Her. Maybe Mr. Red here. Mycroft the archer. Alduus rebel, Marion the shaman, Cordelia the hedge wizard. Let's give this a go and see how it works. We're going to play on hard, a harder difficulty setting for the more experienced gamer. Your foes will do more damage and be a lot harder to kill. Torment is usually a little beyond me in these games. The ultimate challenge for the warriors of Avernum, you will need to use every trick and fully utilize every ability to defeat the nasty enemies arrayed against you. I like kind of being less min-maxed in my skill development for the characters and stuff. I like to be more freewheeling in that, kind of wing it. And I don't know if you can do that on Torment, but you are never going to see the sunlight again. You will never breathe fresh air, or be warm and dry, or feel safe. This is your punishment for your crimes. You are to be thrown into a magical portal and banished to Avernum, never to return. Your crime? Nothing as serious as you might think. Not murder, arson, or assault. No, your crime was against the Empire ruled by the cruel Emperor Hawthorne. You spoke out against an unjust law, or you angered some minor official, or you may have just been a misfit. The Empire controls the entire surface of the world. All 4 continents have completely submitted to its rule. Not fitting in is a crime in the Empire, so you are being exiled. You are being sent down to Avernum. Avernum is a series of caverns far below the surface of the world. It is a dark, subterranean prison, a place where exiles like you spend the rest of their lives far from the light. What is it like there? Nobody on the surface knows. All they know is that it is dark and deadly. It is spoken of only in whispers and only with fear. That's pretty cool. Some believe that there is no air, warmth, or food, and death comes with merciful speed. Others believe that there is enough sustenance to enable Avernites to endure a miserable, worm-like existence, until, of course, the monsters get you. And a few believe that Avernum is a paradise, a hard land of freedom where one can at last be out from under the Empire's iron rule. People mad enough to believe Avernum is paradise soon end up there themselves. They don't really know what it is. They don't really know what it is like. Nobody on the surface does, but soon you will. There is no appeal to the judge's decision. Early one morning, in a stone dome far out in the wastes, you are dragged in chains to the shimmering portal. You breathe clean, fresh air one last time. Your shackles are removed. Then they throw you in. If you kill a monster who's much weaker than you, you only earn a little XP. Okay. Welcome to Avernum. These caverns are a tutorial to help you to get started. First, you need to learn how to move around. Click on a spot on the ground to walk there. Slowly, your eyes adjust to the dim light. Happily, there is light. The ceiling of the cavern is covered with scattered patches of a fungus that glows with a faint green luminescence. But you are alone. It is cold, damp, and deathly still. All you hear are the echoes of dripping water in the shadows. The loneliness makes the feeling of claustrophobia more powerful. For a moment, you can sense the countless tons of stone above you, ready to at any moment crush you into nothingness. You concentrate and overcome the growing terror. There must be someone down here. You'll just have to explore and find them. These caverns are a tutorial to help you get started. First, you need to learn how to move around. Click on a spot to walk there. Oh, you can't click and drag the screen. I'm going to have to get used to this. Now, while we're in the game, let's go ahead and try these settings. Okay, whole window. I guess we can adjust these things a little bit. Text size larger. Oh, there's a map. We won't look at that yet. Much to your great relief, you finally find signs of human occupation. The gallery to the west is blocked by a wall, rough stone blocks held together by crumbling mortar. It looks like it has been here for years, abandoned and decaying, but it is something. Less reassuring is the pile of bones between you and the wall. They look like they came from a small humanoid, perhaps a goblin. They too have been here for a while. On the floor near them, someone discarded a crude cloak. Scraps of leather, roughly stitched together. On the surface, you would have ignored the disgusting thing. Down here, with the cold seeping into your bones, you decide that you'd be better off wearing it. Stand near the cloak by the bones and press this or type G to get them. See, this resolution is not going to work for me, I don't think, because things are simply too small. So I will adjust this for next time, guys, or even for this time. This window is where you can pick up and drop items, equip or remove them or use them. Click on an item type or type the letter by it on the ground to move it to your pack. Click on it again to pick it up so we can press A. Some areas of Avernum are very cold. Be sure to dress up snug and warm. Armor plus 2%. Let's go ahead and give that to Alduus. So now he's carrying 16 pounds, 80 coins. Alright, very good. And we have a healing potion, 1 charge. Heal for 30 to 120. What I'm going to do, though, I don't think this is the resolution I want to play at. So we're still tinkering around with things. Let's type 1 here and save it. Let's try... Let's look at keyboard shortcuts. Okay. I'm going to use the mouse mostly probably until I get more used to it. Let's ask it start up. And let's quit. Okay. And let's try this again. And see if we can find maybe 1280 by 720. I think that would be more what we're looking for in terms of the... Yeah. Yeah, I think this... In combat, each character can be set to use a melee or missile weapon. To switch, use the buttons at the bottom of the screen or type S. Yeah, I think this is going to work a little bit better for us. Weapon mode, you need to equip a missile weapon. Let's see what we've got. You've got leather armor, 2% chance to evade attacks, armor 10%, and a crude dagger, 6 to 18 physical. You've got the same plus the cloak. You've got the same, and you've got the same. Okay. Alright. The cloak is crude and dirty, but it is warm. You suspect that everything in the underworld is going to be crude and dirty, so you'd better start getting used to it. On this side of the door, at last, you can hear people. You smell fresh smoke and hear the muttering of speech. You're too far away to make out what they are saying, but they are to the west. Keep moving west. If you want to switch back to the faster movement style of the previous Avernum games, you can change this in the settings window. No, I don't want to do that. Anything on the ground here? No. Okay, there's people. There are 3 people ahead, crouched around a dim, smoky fire of burning fungus. They are rolling dice, gambling over a handful of copper coins and leather garments they scavenged in these caves. Then their sharp ears detect you. They leap to their feet and spin to face you, drawing their blades. They are Nephilim, scrawny and hungry specimens, but dangerous nonetheless. Nephilim are a proud tribal race that once filled the wild plains of the surface. Then the Empire began to remove them, sending the few that surrendered into Avernum and killing the rest. This has left them with a vicious hatred of humanity. Even though you share a common enemy, they are still determined to take their revenge upon you. You're about to enter combat mode. Once battle has begun, click on an enemy to attack it. You will also get tips about spells and abilities you can use. Okay. You are a rebel. You don't have any spells. You have a battle discipline. You have nothing. So come up here and pass your turn. You have minor heal. Heals some of the damage inflicted on one character. 9 to 33. She has 50 energy. That's a 3 energy cost. Curing. The spell cures one or more of the non-mental hostile effects like poison and acid afflicting the target. Cures one hostile effect. Then we have Smite. Calls down wrath upon one of your foes, inflicting a magical blow. Magical missile, 17 to 31 energy damage. And protection, shields nearby allies. Enemy blows have a lower chance of hitting and will do less damage. Shield chant for 4 turns. Does she have any mage spells? Battle disciplines, no. Okay. So come here. Mycroft, you have... Well, that's your inventory. You have well-aimed blow, a melee attack that seeks out a vulnerable point in your foe, doing extra damage. 11 to 41. And no spells. So you come up here and pass. You can use magic to destroy your foes. Why not try it? Press this button to cast a spell. M. Press this button to select Bolt of Fire. Then click on a target to cast a spell. Casting spell uses up your spell energy. Your spell energy is restored when you return to a friendly town. Strikes one foe for a small amount of fire damage. Magical missile, 11 to 23. And Call Beast summons a single beast to aid you in combat. Summons an ally for 10 turns. Alright. So we've got Scrawny Nephilim. Boom. I didn't realize they could move so far. Alright, Alduus, come here, and you now have a wounded character. Now's a good time to try a healing spell. Press this button to cast a priest spell. Press this button to select minor heal, then click on the wounded character to cast it. Sure, on Mycroft. Go ahead and use well-aimed blow on... Oh, I missed. Doesn't really tell us how move. Oh, yes. Okay, we have AP. I see it now. Let's go ahead and come here and use a firebolt. Or what we call a beast. There we go. There, now that beast will... That Nephilim will have to deal with the beast. Marion, nice. Cool. Cordelia, you're a wizard. Smack him up. There we go. Warriors can use battle disciplines. Okay, what button ends combat? F. Yes. Alright, there's stuff here. The 3 Nephilim have fallen. 3 senseless deaths. You suspect that they were just sent down here through the same portal you came through. Usually the Empire sends down the Nephilim through a different portal to a different part of these caves. But, of course, Empire soldiers don't really care what undesirable goes where. Of course, it's also possible that the underworld is controlled by Nephilim, and you will soon be swarmed and enslaved, or worse. Now that battle is over, press end combat to get back to traveling as a group. Let me go ahead and light a smoke. Press G, we've got some stuff on the ground here. Looks like we've got wooden shield. Let's give that to you. 12% armor. A mug, that's nothing, and a leather armor. It's worth 20. Nobody can really use it, but we can grab it for sellable purposes. Alright, Nephil doesn't respond. Is there a quick save button? F3, quick save. Okay. Oh, is there something over here? Looks like there is. Little chest with leather bracers, minus 5% to hit chance, but armor plus 4. Leather pants, not even Slithzerikai, wise as they are, have discovered the joy to be found in a truly well-tailored pair of pants. Armor 3%. I'm not seeing a total armor percentage. I see carrying 22 pounds and encumbered at 45. Let's give Alduus leather bracers, and let's give the pants for now to Mycroft. Should be good. No secret buttons. This game does have secret buttons like classic Jeff games do. And yes, the speed will the speed of movement will pick up, like of us interacting with the game as I get more used to it. Huge rats. Okay, let's let them come to us. Cool. You have a battle discipline. No, you don't. Okay. You have a battle discipline, which is D. A. Okay, there we go. And you have a regular attack, which is just oh no. Hutron is terrified. It's now dead. You come back down here. There we go. I could have used a battle skill there. Yeah, I shouldn't have her up in this line like this, but the situation calls for it. Okay. can search this nest, apparently. Oh, a flawed crystal worth 30. This can be sold in a store for extra cash. A belt with 2% armor. A rock. Avernum's most plentiful natural resource. Another flawed crystal. And crude leather gloves. I will go ahead and give the crude leather gloves to Aldous for now, who is our archer, but he's got a melee discipline. And the belt to Marion. Anything back here? Oh. Let it come to us. Find out there's 2 of them. Discipline D, A, missed, and you can cast M, bolt of fire, A. Okay, there's quite a few of them coming. Attack that one and miss. M-A-B. Okay. We're getting gang tackled here. I'm gonna come here and you back up one. And firebolt. Discipline A on A. Finally, we hit that thing. Back up one and just some rats to start with. Very simple. Now the battle is over. You apply first aid. Restores 1 health, 1 energy. Good to know. It's a quick save. There's someone over there. The cave to the north is divided by a deep pool of foul, stagnant water. There's a man standing on the other side of it watching you, his sword drawn. Perhaps he can tell you how to get to safety if there's anywhere safe down here. There's a pool of foul, stagnant water dividing this cavern in half. On the other side of the morass, a human is staring at you. He has a dented bronze broadsword and a heavy leather jerkin. Your relief at seeing another human is not enough to keep you from noticing the coldness of his gaze, or how he seems to be sizing you up. He gives you a half-bow and smirks. I, Logren, welcome you to the underworld. And from the look of you, you are a warrior, not the weaklings and malcontents we've had coming through so far. Greetings, I mean you no harm. He gives a mocking little salute with his blade. Oh, of course. None of you other arrivals want to hurt me. But how, I wonder, do I feel about you? You're trapped in this basement with me, after all. What do you mean? He points at something hanging around his neck. It's a key. These caves are where all the new human arrivals are supposed to end up. Then the Avernites, noble beings that they are, find you and bring you out and help you. But then I stole this key. I came down here and locked the gates behind me. Now you're all stuck down here with me and my helpers. Why are you doing this? Because we are free. Don't you understand? The Empire holds us down no longer. Now at last the strong can survive and flourish and make our own new land. Do you think you are tougher than me? Because if not, you will serve us. Why did you come back down here? For wealth and weapons. For first pick of the goods the Empire sends down from time to time, and of course for hostages. When we are ready, we will trade your lives for our escape, and we will seize our own part of these caves. He lets out a long, shrill laugh. Perhaps he's not entirely sane. And what do you think you will get from me? Just intelligence. Now I know how many of you there are and how you are armed. Now my servants will be prepared. He gives you one more little bow, lets out a harsh laugh, and turns to leave. I will not answer to scum like you. He stops for a moment, then he nods. I expected that. You don't have the look of a weakling or a thug. I suspect you have something in common with the Avernites above. Too much. No, there is something I want from you. Prepare yourself. I will take it soon. He turns and walks quickly into the shadows. Logren. Alright, let's come back this way, actually. Looks like Ratville up here. Couple huge rats. You could actually use a priest spell and smite them. That's a good spell. You have a discipline A, attack A with it. There we go. And you can MA A. Oof. Okay, Alduus. Let's work on this one. Nice hit. You cast a priest spell of Cure on you. You attack that rat, and you firebolt the rat. Nice, critical. You have a nice crit. You have a discipline ready? No. You firebolt again. 4. Ah. Yo. Whoa. I accidentally waited. Oh my gosh. What in the world happened there? Okay, another rat. A huge rat. Let's go ahead and smite it. Go ahead and firebolt it. Nice. Looks like another rat nest to check out. Bones, dry bones on the ground. In the rat nest, we've got a bronze short sword. 9 to 36. That's a big upgrade for somebody. Okay. Then we've got a crude bow. 6 to 18 physical damage. Guess we don't need arrows. A limb, a remnant of one far more unfortunate than you, and a poor leather helmet. Armor 1%. 1%. Let's give you the helmet and the sword. Let's give our archer the bow. Put the helmet on you. The bronze short sword on you. Okay, so far so good. I don't think there's... Oh, there is something up here. There's crystals on the ground. 2 flawed crystals. No secret buttons. Alright, cool. So I'm probably going to save here. See how long we've been playing for this opening episode. Oh, I have to make it windowed if I can. 38 minutes. Yeah, we'll save once we get here, guys. Oh boy. What is going on? It crashed. So, note to self, play game in window. There we go. But it's going to be a window like that. Alt enter does not work. Alright, so I just can't alt tab out. That's all that I've got to do here. But I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope you'll join me for this adventure. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm very far in the other Vogel games, so I really wanted to start this one and get into it. So as we take a little break from Queen's Wish 2. I'm going to get into this. Going to have a lot of fun. Hope you guys will join me. The game just crashed again for some reason. All sorts of fun stuff happening here, but thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Let's get back here and try this again. It opened in a window. Oh man, everything from an episode 1, but this will all get worked out. Not be a big deal going forward. Let's just load the quick save and make a proper save of 1. I will see you guys next time. Tune on back in for more. Much love, peace, and joy. Take care, and I will see you next time with more. So long, guys.